So, shout out to Steve Reno, as always. You already know, legend. Love Steve Reno. But he actually called to my attention something very interesting. So, Daniel Rossini posted this on Twitter, okay? Take everything with a grain of salt. This is just posts. These are just, obviously things being put out. All of this could be fake, right? All of this could be wrong. Just keep that in mind. But she said on Twitter, teams including Rams, 49ers, Lions, Colts, and Eagles have called the Bengals about several players, including Logan Wilson and Trey Hendrickson. For now, some teams don't believe Cincinnati has any real interest in moving its core pieces, right? So that's number one. Then there's a article that Steve Reno showed me, and this is on The Athletic, on the New York Times, The Athletic, right? She posted this today at 10 a.m. So she posted this tweet at 1:06 p.m. saying that teams have been calling for Logan Wilson and Trey Hendrickson. Now, we talked about earlier today, most likely when they say they've been calling about both of them, quote unquote, they're mainly calling about Trey. He's the guy that they actually want. But because Logan also wants out, they're probably just saying, hey, we'll package a trade. You give us, Logan and Trey, and we'll give you whatever back, right? So that's right now my growing suspicion is that they don't really want Logan. They want Trey. But if they kind of call up and say, hey, we'll take both, it will get the Bengals interested in actually making a trade. Because the Bengals do not want to trade away Trey Hendrickson. They want to trade away Logan Wilson, but not Trey. Teams do not just want Logan Wilson. They'll take Logan Wilson, but who they really want is Trey Hendrickson. And I have a tinfoil hat theory in a second. So, in this one, right, this article here, she says that, where is the little snippet? Many teams, including the Rams, Niners, Lions, Colts, and Eagles, have called about numerous players, right? This is the exact same tweet that she tweeted, but in this article, she says this, which is so weird because, again, why would you not just say this in the tweet 3 hours later? Why not just put in there, and again, she puts in there Cam Taylor-Britt. So she says, including Logan Wilson, Cam Taylor-Britt, and of course, Trey Hendrickson. For now, teams don't seem any real interest in moving its core pieces, right? So when I read this, its core pieces, Logan Wilson's not a core piece. We're trying to trade away Logan Wilson. When I see any real interest in moving its core pieces is, of course, our boy Trey Hendrickson. Cam Taylor-Britt's not a core piece. Neither is anybody else. Logan Wilson, whatever. It's Trey Hendrickson, the only core piece on defense. So when I read that, I read they're trying to trade for not just Logan Wilson. They want Trey Hendrickson. But I have a tinfoil hat theory, and I saw it down below in the comment section, so shout out to the commenter. But this is kind of made sense to me and all clicked into place. The reason why it might be so hard to trade away Logan Wilson, because they, according to reports earlier, they tried this whole week to trade away Logan Wilson, and they failed. The reason why it might be so difficult, I wonder if Logan is saying, I only want to get traded to a team that will guarantee I'm a starter. I wonder if that's in the situation. Or maybe we'll say 100% we will not cut you after this year. Because keep in mind, whoever trades for him would in theory get his contract, and his contract has a potential out after this year. So after this year, whoever trades with Logan Wilson can instantly get rid of him and just move on from him. So in theory, they could do a 1-year rental and then say, we're done. So I wonder if Logan is saying, hey, Bengals, if you trade me somewhere, please make sure, 1, I'm a guaranteed starter, and 2, I won't be cut. And you might say, well, that's kind of stupid, right? Because he would want to hit free agency and, get paid crazy money. Not exactly. I don't think Logan Wilson wants to, in theory, hit free agency. I think what he wants is to get traded to a team where he's a guaranteed starter and he can play good this year and then take his original contract that he has right now and get an extension. I don't think he wants to hit free agency, because I think right now, if he plays like he's playing right now for the rest of this year, he'll hit free agency and he won't make the same money he's making right now. His current contract, he's not going to make that in free agency. He just simply is not that good anymore. And that's just kind of the, God's honest truth at this point. He's not as good as he used to be. So if he hits free agency, he doesn't want that. What I believe he wants is, I believe he wants to get traded with his current deal. He wants a team to agree that they will make him the starter and they won't bench him. And he wants to play good enough this year that he believes he'll get a huge extension after this year. So after this year, if he goes to another team, right, and he plays his heart out, he'll have 2 years left on his contract after this year. So my assumption is he's going to try to get a team, in a way, finesse a team to say, hey, listen, I played so good this year. Can you rework that contract? Can you, instead of me having 2 years left, maybe you bump that to 3 years left, you give me more money up front, and I make more money across the board. And I think that's what he's trying to do. I don't think he's trying to get released. If he gets released, he becomes another cog in the system, everlasting system of a million different linebackers in free agency, which, let's be honest, a lot of it ends up becoming a cesspool, and they don't really ever get signed, or they do, but they end up going to a crappy team and they're not a starter. I think he wants to keep his current contract in check. Like, he doesn't want to get rid of his current contract. So that's my whole tinfoil hat theory. If he does hit free agency next year, he would be going with the likes of Bobby Wagner. Okay, I haven't looked at this list yet, so it's kind of funny. Matt Milano, Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, Cole Holcomb, Alex Singletary, Quincy Williams, EJ Speed, and all these guys. So he would be in the threshold of going against all these guys in free agency. So I don't think he wants to get rid of his contract. Now, Steve Reno does bring up a good point. Steve Reno did say that, well, what if a team doesn't want to trade for him because they want him to hit free agency, just like the Colts did with Jermaine Pratt? He brought up a good point there. And that is possible. Maybe teams are saying, hey, listen, we already know how this is going to shake out. If the Bengals don't get a trade, they're not going to keep him the whole entire season. They're going to cut him. They're going to release him now. And to that point, I say, no, they won't. They're not going to trade. They're not going to cut him now because they have the opt-out at the end of this year. If they wait to the end of this year, they're going to save way more money than if they release him right now. Even if he's ticked off, upset, and says, I want out, I want out, I want out, it makes more sense money-wise to cut him at the end of this year. You already paid him for half the year. You're not saving that much more money by cutting him now. You want to save more money across the term at the end of this year. And I believe, again, this is why we're seeing Logan Wilson request a trade, not Logan Wilson asking to be released. That's a huge difference. McKinley Jackson said, I want to be traded or released, because he knows if he hits free agency, okay, maybe I get signed somewhere else. But Logan Wilson, I don't think he wants out of his contract. I think he wants that contract to be transferred to another team where he can play his heart out, get a crazy massive contract, and come back with that, perspective. So that's my tinfoil hat method, theory, idea. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys in the next one. Shout out to Steve Reno as always.